Kaspa community, we have a special video for you today. It's been a while since we brought these two gentlemen on the show, but it's very important at this point in time that we lay out everything that is happening in the Kaspa ecosystem and what to look forward to going into the end of this year and into next year. We got some nuggets here to share with you. Also, some potential exciting announcements, so you don't want to miss today's show. And today I'm joined with none other than the Rue Barbarian and Wolfie. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a little bit of time. It's a pleasure having you guys on. How have you guys been? Yeah.
Doing great, man. It's always good to kick it with our buddies Sin City from Vegas. Yeah. Everything's super cool here. Wrapped up a good Halloween last night, and now it's we're gonna think of renaming it to Govember. So it looks like the whole market's waking up a little green, and that's nice. We don't mind any of that happening.
I wonder what you're alluding to there, Wolfie. But Chad, man, thank you again for joining us.
It's good to see you guys again.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, I've been having a good break. I took off for a few weeks in Scotland, so it was a little sabbatical. So everything went to crap when I left. So
so are you putting this squarely on your? It's a team effort here. Okay, don't put it all on your shoulders, Chad.
Just kidding. Completely kidding.
Yeah, I know you are. We were kind of talking about this off air, but I feel like with the recent price action of Kaspa, right? Everyone has completely forgotten what has happened, what's been accomplished, the roadmap, the initiatives, the partnerships, the sponsorships. It's like that's all gone out the window because the price has trended downwards. Which I've laid this out on a live show multiple times, and the example I've used all the time is Cardano. When Cardano, it had a massive rally going into the launch of the smart contracts. Smart contracts went live, and the price started going down. Now, that did coincide also with the bear market. So I think, in my personal opinion, I think Kaspa's better positioned from a price standpoint to rebound better and quicker than Cardano did, essentially being in the same spot now than it was back in 2022. But I don't want to talk about price action today. What I want to talk about today is what is happening underneath the hood in the Kaspa ecosystem. I want to share this. This post here from Luke, the Kaspa ambassador out in Australia. Ever seen a network grow 46x in 45 days? KRC20 is showing us what the Kaspa network can do through real-world transactions. Here's the story Here's the story Kaspa's data is telling. Prior to the KRC20 launch, they were averaging around 31,000 daily transactions. Post KRC20 launch, 1.35 million. 1.35 million. That is, what is that, a 30x? 35x? Pretty impressive. Key milestones. Of course, KRC20 was launched on September 15th. Daily transactions spiked to 8.86 million. Consistent growth over 1 million daily transactions became the new norm. The KDAO was launched on the 22nd of October. And in practical terms, Kaspa is now processing, on average, more than 2 times of Bitcoin's daily transactions, 3 times that of Doge, 7 times that of Litecoin, 22 times that of Ethereum Classic, and 22 times that of Bitcoin Cash. And he says, what's the most impressive part? This explosive growth is happening at 1 block per second. Now, we are going to talk about the crescendo fork or the upgrade that's happening that'll take it from 1 to 10 blocks per second. But, gentlemen, we're 45 days post KRC20. What has been your thoughts on how everything's played out? What's been the most exciting to see? What are you expecting to see moving forward? And I'll go to Chad first.
Yeah, I think in my mind, if we were in a concert hall right now, and the Kaspa devs were on stage, including the ecosystem part, people, there should be a standing ovation. I mean, this aside from if we want to talk about meme coins and tokens, that's fine. Mostly we're set on the pure Kaspa network. But what it's done, it's proven the tech. It's proven without a shadow of a doubt that the technology is solid, that it's strong, and it's strong at 1 BPS. So to me, it's like there should be standing ovations for Kaspa devs, for people that are supporting the project through KEF and the Kasplex endeavors. I mean, it just proves that the technology works and it's making its way into the ecosystem with a big bang.
Amen to that. Wolfie, what are your thoughts? Kind of same question to you here.
Yeah, well, I think it's super neat that that we do this all with Kaspa's really in the wild crypto. There's no centralized entity can censor transactions or anything. It's not like we're just a bunch of servers controlled by a corporation scattered around the world in 20 data centers or something. Where of course, yeah, it seems really fast and all these transactions, but if the servers go down because we made up the software out of thin air and, with proprietary consensus or something, or some entity or agency tells us to freeze an address and keep all these tokens because whatever, it's bad guys or something, that can't happen with Kaspa. So to have this almost like a force of nature, like almost like gravity or light or electricity, we have this Kaspa network that's just alive on the internet around the world. And, flowing all these transactions that broke records. It's super cool.
It has been super cool. And it's been super cool to also see the entire community. I'm just going to pull this up really quick. This is from cast.fyi. These are all the KRC20 tokens. And as you can see here, I think there's over 1,265 tokens have been launched on Kaspa. As far as I know, gentlemen, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's been no network degradation. There's been no slowing down of processing blocks. There's been no, hey, let's turn this thing off and turn it back on and see if it works again. And you're talking, and people forget, we're talking about a proof of work consensus.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about proof of stake, proof of history, proof of consensus that some of these super fast layer ones like Solana run on. We're talking about proof of work, something that Bitcoin is just simply not capable of doing. And I bring up Bitcoin because it's the most well-known proof of work network. But you take a look at tokens like Nacho, like Kango, like Conan, like Kaspi. These are all mine tokens. And you can see here growing a market caps of $53 million, $5 million, $19 million, $18 million, $22 million. So the ecosystem is there. And I want to pivot to this. This was put out by the official Kaspa handle, the Rust Crescendo update. The PR for computing higher-level Ghost Tag entries on demand is merged, resolving a crucial processing bottleneck to get to that 10 blocks per second. This merge is one of the final steps before a new testnet performance-focused version, which is meant to finalize the 10 BPS configuration and specs. A bigger update is expected in the coming month. Chad, how do you see this once this thing goes live and we scale up from 1 to 10 blocks per second? Where does that put Kaspa in terms of what it could do, and what are you most excited about when we do get this 10 blocks per second?
There's a lot of tech behind it, and there's a lot of things that we could talk about from a technical side. It's what you're seeing now. Consider that 10 times better. So all the things that are happening. But when it comes to like what's big and more firsts for cryptocurrency. To have a scalable consensus protocol is massive. There was a term that we're throwing around in some of the discussions about economic fairness. I mean, this is going to put miners on a kind of a same plane. You could talk about MEV resistance. The latency that's in cryptos right now. I think I found a stat that was like $1 billion since 2020 of MEV bots stealing people's transactions, and that's between the big players that are out there and doing their thing. But this is going to solve a massive problem, and it's going to put miners on a same playing ground. The competition's going to be there, and we're going to people's transactions are going to be saved. They're going to go through to where they should go through. So it's also a new design service, and this is something Michael Sutton has mentioned in chats. When it comes to developers looking for a project or a network or code to like work with the technology, Kaspa is going to be the go-to tech when it comes to what can I build next for, and not just cryptocurrency, for blockchain, blockdag in general. I think it's going to open up massive amounts of avenues for developers, new developers, old developers, whoever, to come in and really start to see some really innovative technology beyond crypto And this is where we could talk about what the Kai initiative is doing, real world, breaking into enterprise markets. The technology wasn't there, and everyone was frustrated because they couldn't do what they wanted to do in the real world. Even at 1 block per second and where the tech is now, it's available. But considering what's going to happen when it moves to 10 blocks per second and all the other awesomeness that's going to be jammed into the crescendo fork, I think it's going to be it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, I agree. Wolfie, you have anything to add to this?
Sure. So, I've used the analogy of like, a block waiting for your transaction waiting to get into a block is like waiting at the bus stop. And so, like, say Ethereum has a 12-second block time or so. So, your DeFi transaction's waiting at the bus stop, and then every 12 seconds a bus comes and the transaction gets on, and then it's a done deal. But while you're waiting at the bus stop there, the transaction's not in a block yet. That's how those bots can weasel in on like swaps or arbitrage or whatever, and that's where they take the value, they crank up the rate on you or something. They do the transaction before you do. So right now we have the 1 second block time. So it's like we have an Uber coming once every second. Once that hard fork goes, the crescendo fork, that's like we have 10 Ubers coming every second, every 1 second, 10, and they each hold 250 transactions. So the stats, the metrics that Luke was mentioning, like 15.9 million transactions in 24 hours during a mint session,
That's
minting
insane.
frenzy. That's going to 10x. We're going to go to 150 million in 24 hours. I mean, if that doesn't handle enough, then whatever. And 10's not the stop. 10's like an intermediary waypoint. Jonathan's obsessed in a healthy way with going to 100 blocks per second. So we can 10x again in capacity.
I don't even think people realize. I mean, I don't realize like the just the thought of mining 100 blocks per second. It'll be exciting to see how this thing plays out. There's a lot of kind of rumors, and Kraken put something out as far as getting Kaspa being on the roadmap of listings. I'm still personally very curious. Part of me understands kind of maybe why. I know that a lot of these large exchanges, they want money for listings, and you guys have just said, look, I think we talked about, you guys did it once, but you're not doing that. So you want to list Kaspa, go ahead and buy the tokens and list Kaspa. We're not paying you a fee, which I'm like, okay, that's probably why a lot of these aren't doing it. But for me, I'm looking at the volume, the amount of volume, the size of the community, now the thriving ecosystem. So I think Kraken will come. I also think eventually Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com, the other large exchanges will come. But one exchange that we've been working with, Pionex, which has a global and a US arm, they decided, seemingly from their actions, decided to go all in on not just Kaspa, but the ecosystem as well. They were one of the first to list Kaspa. I'm pretty sure they didn't, I'm almost positive they didn't take a fee. And correct me if I'm wrong there, gentlemen. But they also were the first US regulated exchange to list a KRC20 token, which was Nacho. Now, we've been working with them. Wolfie, I know you handle a lot of the business aspect of things. But to have a fully regulated United States exchange, not just one that flies under the radar, not just one that goes rogue and decides, okay, well, when the SEC comes after us, they'll come after us, but one that actually went in, did what they had to do to be available in all 47 states. What is the importance of that for I don't even want to use the word credibility, but for the Kaspa ecosystem and the network as a whole?
Sure. So up until Pionex approached us, we had been on Uphold, but Uphold is a little, it's not really an exchange. You can buy crypto there. You can also buy stocks and precious metals. And Uphold's great people and a reliable, solid platform. But, Pionex approached us. They're not exactly a household name of crypto in the United States, but they have Pionex.us. And they've been, completely friendly, reasonable business people, professional, and their tech team is sharp. We've had a room with them, a group on Telegram for several weeks now, and we helped with integration on the global and the U.S. side. And everything's going smooth. And they're real hot on the KRC20 tokens, the memes as well. So They're assisting several of those, I believe, to get tradable. So that's super cool. Yeah, there's only one rule with any exchange is not your keys, not your coins. So if you purchase some crypto anywhere, and if you're moderately capable of being your own bank, you should probably download them from the exchange onto your own wallet.
Yeah, to kind of, you mentioned being in contact with the team. We've also been in contact with their team, and I flat out told them, I was like, what a great marketing move, right? You burst onto the scene, like you said, they're not a household name like Coinbase or Kraken yet. I believe they're going to get there. But for you to come in there and say, look, we're going to go all in on Kaspa and the ecosystem, I think it was a great idea because the community is there, the ecosystem is there, the project's not going anywhere. It's got amazing people working on it. And you decided going all in on the ecosystem, I think they're going to reap the rewards pretty massively. And I do want to share this as well. They are doing a massive Kaspa giveaway. You come in up to 10,000 Kaspa, and here are the rules. All you got to do is sign up. And we do actually have an affiliate link that is going to be pinned to the comment section and in the description of this video. Start trading, and then here you go. Eligibility. They're paying up to beyond 5 places. And so they've gone all in on the Kaspa ecosystem. You can see here they've already have Nacho listed. Of course, they have Kaspa listed. Which KRC20 token will be next? Who knows? But we're excited to see Pionex grow and in turn also help the Kaspa ecosystem grow as well. So big shout out to the team at Pionex. I want to ask you, gentlemen, before I let you go, going into the end of 2024, we got 2 months left, into 2025. What are some of the things you're excited about for Kaspa, the network, the ecosystem, going into the end of this year, next year? And if you have any alpha, any nuggets, you can share with us. Your community is super passionate. They're super. They're very. They have Kaspa's back, right? Majority of them who don't just look at price and then go to Twitter and cry. Which I know the people watching this video aren't those people. But what are some of the exciting things you guys are looking for? And is there any alpha you can give us?
Yeah, so I would say here's one thing that's neat is right now the KRC20 and Kasplex, all of the meme tokens, those are happening as a function of Kasplex, which is an inscription technology. So for me, I think of that almost like an appetizer until the main course comes at the restaurant or whatever. So the main course would be, in this case, smart contracts. So Anton, also known online as Aspect, he's one of the core developers of Kaspa, and he's also created the web wallet and the KDX and the KNG wallets. He has a large, comprehensive package and proposal for the creation of a smart contract platform on Kaspa. And that was presented in Hong Kong, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, to Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation and some other people and entities. And so it looks like that's getting firmed up. And it was a fantastic, meeting. And it's looking like it's going to solidify and begin work on the smart contract platform. That's super neat. And then another thing is that KEF, the Kaspa Eco Foundation, has been in talks. We're in a room with a household name of crypto to provide like market making, liquidity, and foundation wallet management. So I can't say who that is right now, but that should help things out a lot as well.
And I don't even know if you can answer this question, but when could we potentially expect to get that name or that info revealed? Will you think it'll happen by the end of this year, next year?
I would say end of the year. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Amazing. Chad, what about you, brother? Well, what do you got for us, man?
Yeah, those are 2 biggies. I mean, I'm more in the marketing adoption outreach space, but I'm excited about the continued growth of our ambassador program. And I don't know if you've followed socials, but we've got some parties popping up all over the world celebrating Kaspa's 3rd year anniversary, birthday, whatever. So that's, some people think, well, that's just, that's side fringe news, but our ambassadors are kind of our marketing arm of Kaspa, and if, in an unofficial way. But we're continuing to see that grow and boom under Luke, who's now taken the reins to run that. So that's been great. So excited about that. I mean, there's nothing to say, definitively, but I'm still excited about seeing some of these enterprise projects start to take shape. So I think you're going to see some new roadmaps coming out from the KI project to showcase a lot of those things that were revealed in Dublin, which were epic and in some great visions. So you'll see that coming out with not timelines, but just how things are going. What are next steps, and how the increasing innovation and technology of Kaspa is going to help propel that.
Amazing. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us and you watching. We hope you enjoy the content. If you want more Kaspa content, we have a complete Kaspa playlist that is on our YouTube page. Go watch all the videos. Big thank you to Chad and Wilfie for joining us. We'll have him on the show again to give important updates to Kaspa. On your way out, make sure to like the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
All right.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Good job.